The Chrome Zone is a one-stop shop packed with thousands of legendary Hot Wheels cars, logos, and images. It's the perfect place to conjure up a winning build.
This is crazy.
It's the most amazing room I've ever been in.
Let's talk about your 69 Charger.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
The number one thing on my list is the yellow color.
Something like this. Now, I know this is a super bird, but something bright yellow really jumps out.
Exactly. And the car's gonna pop a wheelie.
Oh.
Because I always dreamt of popping a wheelie in the car, and we could never get the tires off the ground. We just couldn't do it. I see something that looks like it pops a wheelie right there.
Okay, pop a wheelie's pretty perfect. But the key to pop a wheelie is what?
The weight.
The weight.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you gonna do to get the weight right so you could actually pop a wheelie?
I'm gonna put a big old Hemi motor in the back of the car.
So are we talking like bone shaker here?
That's cool, but that motor's not gonna work. I'm already eyeballing one up here already.
What are you thinking?
Look at the size of this. I'm thinking we roll with this motor. Look at that motor.
Now that's massive.
That's what I want.
What are you thinking for the inside?
I want to have my co-pilot, which is currently my son, but I want to think about my dad being there, so I'm putting the 2 seats in the car. It's going to be the coolest Hot Wheels ever made. I want this Charger to be bigger and badder than anything that's ever been built.
Kevin, welcome to the Chrome Zone. This is absolutely amazing. What do you want this car to say?
Well, in Houston, we have this thing called the slab. Slow, loud, and banging.
Ooh.
And I see this here.
This is the limousine. This thing's got some presence.
It does.
Riding slow, metallic paint.
This color blue is what I would want to change that gold color to. The color blue means a lot to me because 1, it's my favorite color. And then 2, my daughters love the color blue.
I mean, that thing would be right at home in Houston.
You see this right here?
The MIG rig.
See how the top is literally just chopped off?
Are you gonna cut the top off?
We're gonna chop it off.
Come on.
What I'm thinking is to add a hydraulic suspension, as if the car was bucking like a horse.
You ever been bucked off a horse?
Actually, I have.
It's not,
It's not fun.
What do you want to do?
A monster.
Ooh,
Tough, strong, rugged.
okay. Like this Baja Bug right there?
Yes, I love the engine. I want a huge engine.
Now, the Baja's named that because people would race it in the Baja 500 and the Baja 1000, but it doesn't scream monster.
Oh, we're gonna have a beast.
Oh, you want a beast?
Yes, I want to do something similar to this.
I remember this one. This is Vampira. And you see the big old arms on there?
Oh, I love the face on the front.
You're a Texas gal. What do you think of when you think of like tough Texas monsters?
The Texas horned lizard. I want it to have horns and I want it to be kind of scaly looking.
Oh, really?
And it looks tough.
I think you got something special there.
I think we got this.
All right, come on.
I can't wait to build my Hot Wheels.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, can I touch
Absolutely.
it? This is incredible.
Rob, so what do you want that 1980 Chevy truck to really say?
I want it to represent my career in the fire service. I want the generations to blend together. I want it to represent me playing with the fire trucks when I was a kid.
When you think about fire trucks, one of the first ones that comes to mind is this right here.
I love that. That caught my eye right away.
The backdrafter to me is perfect. This thing has 2 V16 engines, huge rear wing. I see big, I see loud.
Flames are synonymous with Hot Wheels.
Right.
I'm thinking these like crazy Hot Wheels flames that go down each side. I want these flames to be lit, cut in, plexiglass.
You're saying
around
a
it.
3-dimensional flame.
I want to do like a 3-dimensional flame. I'm going to burn down the competition.
What do you think the best way to really show Detroit through this Chevy K5 Blazer?
If there was a way to incorporate a paint job to take the element of the streets, because that's where I'm from, you know? I want to transform it into something that when you see it, you don't know if you're afraid of it or if you want to go in and get in and ride it. I want metal. I want steel. I want strength. I almost kind of want to have like a exoskeleton framework.
So it's kind of like this, the Hot Wheels Formula Solar. This has an exoskeleton.
That is exactly what I'm looking for. If I can do something like this, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, just remove the whole top.
Love that.
All you have to do now is just build a life-size Ultimate Hot Wheels.
I think I can do it.
This is so cool. My son would just lose his mind. This is like a kid's paradise.
There's been 50 different styles of Cadillacs since the beginning of Hot Wheels. So Hot Wheels and Cadillacs go hand in hand, but that means the pressure is on to do something that no one's ever seen before.
So to me, I see me skateboarding right here. Kind of carve over the license plate and come down. It's way cool. To have a quarter pipe inside a Caddy, I'm not seeing any graffiti. So
Okay.
I'm feeling like there might be a little lane here for the idea.
Oh, I like that.
I'm thinking that the graffiti will emphasize the hot. The goal is to kind of just play tribute to my journey to a professional skateboarder. And then just create a community hub where a mobile skate park just pulls up and the skate park's the actual car.
That's awesome.
I want my car evolving to a completely new car in itself, like more sporty. Maybe like because the Maruti van, it's a mini van. And I see, the van being much longer.
Are you thinking a maxi mini van? You want to make it bigger?
Yes. But definitely I want to make sure I capture the colors of India in the best way possible.
Okay, so if we pick, this is a 67 Austin Mini. That car really screams, I'm from England, look at me.
Yeah, and so I want to encapsulate those colors of my life in my Maruti van, which is very basic.
Sure, it's time to get to work. Follow me.
As a mom, there's a lot at stake. My son said, Mom, do your best, but please win.
Oh my God, this brings back my childhood. This is what my room looked like.
I just love how iconic they are. You can't help yourself but just play with the cars.
Viola, she made me a professional wrestler. So I want to transition her into a professional wrestler and put a big wrestling ring right in the middle.
You want to put a wrestling ring in the middle of the Hyundai.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is one of my favorites right here, the Dirty Outlaw. This is a winged sprint car meant to look like the World of Outlaws series. When you put it, say with another one, to really create that space in the middle, a wrestling ring, you really need the car to have presence on the front and the back.
My first set of gear was purple and chrome. So let's paint her that same color. And I'm thinking we put some big pipes right there, have some pyro coming out. We're transforming Viola to Vendetta. Viola, she's a small car. That's why Viola represents me so well, because people would look at me and they'd be like, oh, she's tiny, she's short, she can't do anything. As soon as I put on that gear and I walk out of that ring, boom, you knew it was time for business.
What's your gut tell you we should do with this car?
My dream is to make it into a fighter jet.
This is the 2Jet Z. Now this feels like a cockpit on wheels.
I love the cockpit. Great inspiration right there.
The power rocket. I mean, this was meant to look like a super fast rocket car.
I think what's so cool about that is the afterburner inspiration. I want to make this car an embodiment of the adrenaline from an F-18. So we've got to have the key afterburner out here.
Ooh.
Flames coming out. We got a sleek cockpit coming back. Some wings coming out the side. And also make it battleship grade.
Let's see if we can make that into a reality.
I mean, let's do it.
Come on. Welcome to the Chrome Zone.
I can't believe I'm here.
What do you picture here? What do you want to turn this car into?
I want it to be the best police car that Hot Wheels has ever made.
There have been over 100 Hot Wheels police cars done, and over 50 Chevy diecast to compete with. In your mind, what does your Corvette police car look like?
It's got the butterfly doors that come up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now this one, when you talk about a butterfly door,
Hello.
I mean, you see that. You want it to have some real style, some real presence.
Some hotness.
This car's got a big 5.7 V8 under the hood. What do you want to do with it?
It's got to be chrome. Let's put it on top so everybody can see it. And we want it to be intimidating.
Like a big old exposed engine.
Yes. Very aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. What are you thinking color-wise?
Bowling ball.
When we say bowling ball, it's a color that looks like
Marble.
the sort of marbled effect that
Yes.
an actual bowling ball has.
Yes.
Bowling ball blue paint on a police Corvette. I love that.
We got to win.
What do you want to do with this Toyota Camry?
Well, I want this car to be an unstoppable car. It can get through anything or any obstacle. Just like Miles' courage, and I take a look at these cars and my eyes, they're immediately drawn to this one right here. I love the engine.
Ooh, okay.
It's exposed, it's out.
This is the Volvo P1800. Big old V8 sticking out of the hood.
It signifies Miles' strength, and that's what I really want this car to just scream. It's not to be messed with. I would love to take it off-road as well, because it has to move mountains. It has to climb over mountains.
This is the Armored Racer, an armored car turned into an off-road racer.
I'm really loving those wheels too. Humongous wheels, not to be messed with. Listen, superheroes, they all have their own vehicles, so I think it's time for Miles to get his own.
I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store here.
This is amazing. Right? So we're starting with a 1998 Dodge Caravan, which to a lot of people doesn't scream Hot Wheels.
Yeah, no pizzazz.
Except there have actually been 14 different Dodge Caravan Hot Wheels.
No kidding.
So what does this build represent for you?
It's a tough car that gets us through some tough times, but I wanted to bring out the life in the car.
Okay.
I want it to be a monster truck and take something that's, you know, kind of not that cool and just make it the coolest.
Well, if we're talking monster truck, we gotta talk Batitude. You got custom suspension, custom frame, and then the body's kind of perched on top.
Yeah, that's a tough car right there. I love it.
Let's talk about how you want this to look.
I'm thinking I want to go back to my Chicago roots, get some cubby blue, pop it in there.
Ooh.
Like this one right
here.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a nice blue.
Yeah. I would like to add the Reaper swords on it.
So you're gonna really embrace the other side of life that this thing has to do.
We're gonna bring the Death Van to life is what we're gonna do.
What do you want to make with this car?
I want a Mardi Gras themed car that symbolizes my first Mardi Gras with my family. A party on wheels. Big sound system, just all kind of music coming out, kind of like the music from my childhood. Big, bold, and beautiful.
Okay, so this is a 1986 Monte Carlo SS.
It's beautiful.
Now, there have been 20 Monte Carlos over the years that Hot Wheels has made, but none that have been Mardi Gras themed. What are we thinking color-wise?
We want purple, gold, and green. Mardi Gras themed colors, of course.
If you want to talk about gold, this is Double Vision. Now, this has the cool metallic finish known as the Spectra Flame. Bringing some gold into that Monte Carlo is a big one. When you think about bringing like Mardi Gras features into this build, what are you thinking about?
Maybe like a platform on it or something like that to where somebody could stand on it like a float. That makes me think about the big parades looking like they're floating down the street. I did not just come here to have a good time and shake hands and be like, oh, good game, man. I came in here to win.
Wow. This is the place for inspiration. So go big.
Dude, this is wild. I feel like I'm back, like, I don't know, amazing childhood dream, but like, this is real.
In your mind, what are you conceptualizing?
As a kid, I used to love butterflies. A butterfly starting with a cocoon.
Right.
And then it goes to kind of this metamorphosis into a butterfly. And my Dodge was kind of like a cocoon.
Let me give you a little inspiration.
Okay.
Right here, we've got the dragon tail. Now, this was inspired by a dragonfly. You can see those big wings there.
The wings are something I want a part of my car. I want that car to feel like it can fly. I mean, how amazing could it be if they actually like flap?
This right here is one of the Dodge Neon Hot Wheels.
I mean, the bright colors right now, that stands out to me. My Dodge Neon was just one color green. I feel like maybe like a disco neon, I don't know, something like bright lights. And I feel like New York City, that's such a big part of who I am, is some kind of like disco neon on the sides or interior-wise. I want this build to represent my family, my friends, my heart, my passion.
Okay, okay.
Bam, let's go.
Any of these cars jump out at you?
Well, I really like this one.
That's the Dirty Outlaw.
I would like to do something, a logo like that on my car, like a sponsor.
What's your inspiration here?
I want it to be loud, pink, and sparkly. I definitely want a disco ball in this car. We have to hit home with the race car style. You're like, that's a race car and that's a girl driver. And since it's gonna be a race car, it's gotta have a roll cage and the cool racing seats, I think.
Okay, right here, this is the roll cage.
What I like about this as well is it's got the racing seats inside. And right now the Crown Vic just has regular driving seats.
Are you gonna have a number on the door?
Of course. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the same number 4 that was on the Crown Vic when I was young.
And whose number is that?
So it's actually my dad's racing number. He's been racing for over 30 years. I want to be able to inspire girls to not only just like racing, but to like cars in general. It's not just a man's sport anymore.
Absolutely. You know, there's never been a Crown Vic Hot Wheels.
Really?
So you've got open track in front of you.
Well, I guess it's time to make some history.
Welcome back to the Chrome Zone.
I am so excited.
It's so beautiful. Are you happy the Inspirationator gave you the Firebird?
This is amazing, man. Watching the Smokey and the Bandit movies where that became such an iconic vehicle. It's something that I've seen ever since I was a little kid.
There's actually been 25 castings of the Firebird. The Hot Bird was the first time that a Firebird showed up in the Hot Wheels line. You're gonna have a heavy task on your hand to come up with something unique.
Yeah.
What are you thinking you want this car to look like?
We'll slam that suspension a little bit, bring it down low, aero fin maybe, like something down the middle.
If you're thinking about some fun aero, this is the Speed Shark. The aero shapes this entire vehicle. I mean, everything about it says I'm gonna move through the air.
Bringing it in, because I'm gonna win.
You gotta rethink the Nissan Skyline.
Probably the most popular casting in general.
Wow.
So you're gonna have to really figure out what is gonna separate it from what we've already done.
I know my son would always go for a car which goes really fast on his tracks. A rally car. I'm looking at raising the car, big wheels, goes in mud, cage on the top.
When I think about rally car, ooh, right here, the Rally Speciale. So it's all about, you know, bigger fenders, wheels and tires that can handle on-road and off.
Going the rally route, it's uncharted territory, but I think that's what we're looking for in this final challenge.
Excited.
The 68 VW bus. This is an iconic shape.
Well, I see an old school car build in this van, but old school cars really don't go fast, right? So then if you combine it with a big giant motor, we drop that motor dead center, we cut it down to a flatbed.
If you're talking about a big engine that people can see, this is the Renan rig. That exposed engine, it gives you this feeling this thing is fast.
I do want to warn you that the VW Hot Wheels drag bus is one of our most popular iconic castings that we've had. So I love the direction, but just be aware of what we've done in the past.
I had a Volkswagen van camper with my kids when they were small. We used to take them camping. It was the Pop Top.
No way, you're the Westie.
So I already connected with the van.
What would it mean to you to have your car made into a Hot Wheels diecast?
Just give me a minute. It means everything to me. I was meant to do something great, and this is it. I saved one spot on my body for something special.
Look at that. You got that after you won.
The day after I made the appointment. It means that much to me. It just does. And I'll come build that car.